Open your eyes. Listen closely to the sound of my voice. With every word and every number, you move faster.
I still remember the first time I played Forza Horizon, the second one to be specific. I was in a game arcade as I could not afford a console at the time. I only had an hour to play, so I thought I'd give it a try since the game was still new and no one had actually played it. I was actually the first one to play it. This was my first introduction to the Forza series, and the moment that loading screen hit me with Kino playing in the background, I was hooked for life. Everything about this game was perfect. But first, let's start with the game that started it all, which was Forza Horizon 1. What do you get when you take a bunch of Brits who worked on game series like Project Gotham Racing, Colin McRae, Dirt, Grid, Blur, and other games? You get a new British developer named Playground Games, and a great game named Forza Horizon was born. Many people in the Forza community believe that the first Forza Horizon is the best game in the series, and I agree with them. What I'm going to detail and discuss here is not the multiplayer car list or some of the other commonly discussed areas. I'm going to talk what I think truly made Horizon the atmosphere of the game and the very fond festival feeling that none of the games otherwise afterwards could not truly quite capture. From Forza Horizon's Wikipedia page, in an interview with Tintin's creative director Dan Green Aholt, he stated the game was developed in close relation to real music festivals, namely Coachella, and that he envisioned a more relaxed gameplay experience than other games in the Forza series, while keeping a more realistic handling style, saying everyone's hanging out in the same way they would at a summer music festival. It's summer, right? So you're there with your friends in groups, things like that, so it's all the way through it. Horizon 1 had far more focus on visible aspect than the later games. Despite all of them being titled Horizon, this focus is evident in many ways, big and small. Even if you look at the key cover art for the game, you see the actual festival and the theme of the game. The race tent spread the festival throughout the map in a practical sense, and to me it is a little thing that really added to the atmosphere. It just makes sense you signing up to an event at the festival. In the newer games, you just start a race out of nowhere. There's no introduction. That little detail of the race tent adds more continuity, a nice detail, and just makes sense. I don't know why it was removed. If there was a reason, I'd love to know why. In the first Horizon, you were instantly on Base Arena with Scott Tyler talking about the Colorado morning, and he mentions that Darius Flint is coming back to the festival. In that first minute, there was already an antagonist. This is something every single Horizon game afterwards lacked. We still have characters in effect. Horizon 4 has quite a few new ones, and they do enrich the game mode more than Horizon 3's bare two characters. One issue is every character is on your side. They run the festival or run a racing division, a movie or whatever. They don't have anything against you. This could be one of the reasons for feeling a lack of direction in the series. We don't have an antagonist. Horizon 1 had that along with many other smaller bosses that you progress to and could beat to win the car. Even with the characters who were on your side, there were cutscenes for them that introduced them well. Alice was a bit too suggestive, but you get what I mean. There are small cutscenes for Kiera, Rebecca, Alex, and Joe, but the ones in Horizon 1 have more character and are more fleshed out. They are also full CGI and not in-game, which I think goes to show that there was more effort and focus into them. Horizon 4 is an improvement over Horizon 3 and especially 2 in the character department, but still has a long way to go if they want to make the game more immersive. I'd like to know where this festival atmosphere went and why Playground Games decided to tone it down. Now, Forza Horizon 2 is easily one of my favorite racing games of all times. It effortlessly blends elements of sim physics and arcade gameplay into one original experience. This takes the premise of the first Horizon to the next level. The graphics were fantastic, the environment outside of some sketchy off-road bushes were surprisingly well detailed. The gameplay is fun, an open world with a variety of settings. Want to go for a coastal blast along the Mediterranean in your LaFerrari? Do it. Want to turn an old Abbey into a rally stage with your escort Cozy? You can. How about a 235 miles per hour blast down the highway connecting France and Italy? Just hop in your Veyron and go. The free roam aspect of this game means you can never really get that bored with it. In Horizon 2, much of the fun comes outside of races. The structure of the campaign is similar to the first game, but a couple of changes were made to the way you progress. You still work through a mishmash of different events to progress to the next wristband level, but this time you travel between hub areas that add their own new events into the mix. To ascend to the next level, you go on a road trip, a lengthy drive from one area to the next, through day and night, rain or shine. The trips are some of the highlights of Horizon 2, and they gave context to aimless cruises through the Italian and French hills. Reliving them at your leisure is just part of the extracurricular fun, and driving from point to point is always exhilarating. You never wanted to fast travel despite having the options. And for the first time, Forza had a dynamic weather system. Truly was a standout visual element in the game. Sunsets and sunrises were amazing and never looked the same as the cloud placement density changed their appearance every single time at any moment. The clouds could fill an entirely blue sky and suddenly there's a downpour of rain. Radio personalities would also comment on this when it happens, which is also pretty cool the first few times it happens. This isn't just a visual trick either, as rain will puddle up in the roads, beat up the cars and windshields, and create slick conditions. The visual effect on the windshield was particularly jaw-dropping. Light would reflect off each individual bead of rain and cause visual interference just as it does in real life. Windshield wipers will automatically clear the windshield and will leave a line of water wherever the turn radius ends. I had never seen something like this done in a racing game before, and it was truly amazing. Horizon 2 still managed to keep that festival atmosphere that made the first Horizon special, but it wasn't as spectacular as the first one. But you could still sense the idea of Horizon is to combine music and cars into a festival. Forza Horizon 3, 4 and 5 honestly all felt like the same game to me. With a few updates to them, I think this is where Playground Games lost the sense of direction with the franchise. Forza Horizon 3 felt like 10 steps forward and a few back for the franchise. The customization was amazing and the car selection was great. With the addition of more off-road cars and buggies, the game felt like an improvement from the others, but it lacked a soul as well. The game didn't know what it wanted to be. The release of the Hot Wheels DLC for me marked the end of the Horizon feeling. How did a game made around music festivals and cars turn into a Hot Wheels playground? It's like somewhere along the line, the dev lost sight of what made Horizon great. Then Forza Horizon 4 happened. Forza 4 just felt like 3 with a new map and some seasons. I never really enjoyed 4 because it never really felt like a Horizon game, to be honest. It felt like another open world racing game where I aimlessly drive around beating AI to get new cars. Then 5 was released and oh my god, it was a mess and still is. Glitches aplenty, some which return from Forza Horizon 4, crashes and performance issues are bound, and some really questionable game design when it comes to game modes, certain story missions, and the handling of the AI. It's a shame that Forza Horizon feels like wasted potential despite with the extra year in development or the development. It's a shame that Forza Horizon 5 feels like wasted potential despite the extra year in development. All the lessons that should have been learned in Forza Horizon 4 weren't applied at all in Forza 5. The last 3 games never felt like a racing game. They felt like another open world racing game where you aimlessly race with the AI to unlock cars. Somewhere along the line the devs lost sight of what made Forza Horizon special. What happened to the music festival atmosphere? Why did they remove the antagonist from the game? It seems like they took all the stuff that made Horizon great and threw it away and just decided to make another open world racing game.